Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to cover some traditional Hungarian music from a particular album that I love very much. It is titled Szatmári Népzene az 1900 as évekből, which translates Hungarian village music from the 20th century in Szatmár. This album is one of many that are special and nostalgic for me. The contents cover the traditional tunes from this particular region, Szatmár, revealing the rich musical and dance heritage from this region, which lies on the border between Hungary and Romania. So, let's get to it.
Amadai, visit a házad, de
Let's begin with a quick overview on the location where the music takes place. Szatmár was founded shortly after the formation of the Kingdom of Hungary in the 11th century AD. After World War I, the region was split between Hungary, Romania, and a tiny piece went to Ukraine. This area was composed of 4 counties, Szatmár, Bereg, Ugocsa, and Szabolcs. After the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991, Szatmár, Bereg, and Szabolcs were glued together as one major county named officially Szabolcs-Bereg-Szatmár, with the Ugocsa county placed under Romania and renamed Satu Mare. The city of the Satu Mare county is also called Satu Mare, or in Hungarian, Szatmár-Németi. This grand city's history dates back to the High Middle Ages, with signs of earlier settlements from the Bronze Age. Its geographical place is beside the Somes River, or Számos in Hungarian, which is a significant tributary from the Tisza River. Due to that, Satu Mare is an important trade hub, specializing on the particular goods of salt. Now further west on the Hungarian side is the city of Nyíregyháza, which was established during the High Middle Ages. For a while, Nyíregyháza was just a small town, and after the Ottoman Empire's occupation of central and northern Hungary, the town was mostly abandoned. However, much of that changed after Rákóczi's War of Independence in the early 1700s, as it was heavily repopulated, and over time became a wealthy city like Satu Mare. The region of Szatmár as a whole is filled with beautiful architecture, lush landscape, and meadows. Some interesting bits of history happened here, like the incursions of the Ottoman Empire, as I mentioned, who were later expelled by the Austrians, and who in turn occupied the area themselves. This is also the place where the Treaty of Szatmár was signed in the year 1711, ending the Hungarian Kuruc uprising against the Habsburg monarchy. There's much more I could go on about. However, let us move into the music and the featured band Tükrös, which translates mirrored. The members of the band are Korpás Éva, who played as a singer, Halmos Attila, singer and violinist, Koncz Gergely, violinist, Arandás Péter, brácsa player, Libre André, cymbalom player, Lelkes András, double bass, and additional contributors such as Csavas Attila, who played the taragato, Hegli Dusan, a dancer, Lakatos Robert, violinist, and Pap Laszlo, who both performed vocal and dance roles for this album.
There are 9 tracks on this album, with a total runtime of 64 minutes and 40 seconds. The first is titled Tancane, second, Hallgató Csaldas és Fubunk, third, Juhász Noták, fourth, Kanasztánc és Oláhos, fifth, Hallgató Csendes Csaldas és Ugros, sixth, Katona Noták, seventh, Vebunk és Oláhos, 8. Samuel Mihály Notai, and ninth, Rakotsi Indulo.
This album was recorded in late 1999 and released in early 2000. I was about 6 years old then when I first heard it, with the first track in particular being a song that I remember the most. And the occasion was awesome because while being driven around the winding roads in my hometown, the song that was playing has a roller coaster type of melody, swinging itself left to right, up and down. Here's an example. The memory of the album cover and the tunes within it have lived rent-free in my head ever since. Therefore, not only do I feel like it's an exciting piece of music to dive into, but also to give a shout out to the Tükrös band for representing a piece of the music and history of Szatmár. They, along with so many other talented group of musicians, are passionate about preserving and revitalizing the traditional Hungarian folk music. Their commitment to the authenticity shines through in every note, bringing a down-to-earth cultural experience to their audience. To quote from the album's booklet on page 7, it reads, "The music on this recording was an organic part of life of the average Hungarian who lived in Szatmár County for the better part of the 20th century. With this music, the people of Szatmár celebrated, they cried, it is what they heard on the most important events of their lives. For them, this was music."
Within the album's booklet are information about Szatmár's musical heritage, information behind each track, along with the lyrics which are printed in both Hungarian and English, giving the listener a detailed picture of what the songs are about, and its significance to the band, as they learned why it was significant to the people of that area. The songs that contain lyrics are both beautiful as well as mournful, reflecting the hardships that common people experience throughout their lives. One of my favorite songs on the album is track 6, Katona Notak, a soldier's ballad from the First World War. The melody itself is probably very old, but lyrics can change in accordance to a community and its time and history of which such tunes are played by. The overall point is that it was sung collectively by men from Szatmár and possibly its surroundings who were pulled into the war and stationed far from home. I'll recite a piece from the song that captures the overall theme. Note that the translations from Hungarian to English does not always carry the full weight and beauty, so there may be odd placements here and there, depending on the translator and his or her understanding. Almadai strázsamester az írta a levélbe, hogy haromza az órák óta kermost a regimentbe. Az is olyan kerpedik, kiállóan ráillik. A csatába trombitások kísérik. The Mada recruiting officer wrote in the letter that 300 new recruits are needed now for the regiment, and those are needed too that can ride a horse. Into the battle, to the sound of the trumpeters. Barracks 25 is next to the Bosnian forest. It was built there for the boys from Szatmár. The window faces north. a cold wind blows in. The famous girls on Yazberin are winking there beneath it. The window faces north. The autumn wind blows in. The famous Yazberin girls are winking there. The regiment office is on the 3rd floor. The captain signs my papers for leave there. Sign it. Sign it. Just sign my papers for leave. I'll get out in December and marry my sweetheart. Sign it. Sign it. Just sign my papers for leave. I'll go home in December to marry my sweetheart. There is so much more, as always, I would like to cover on this album and why it's significant to me, why it's beautiful, neat little details of history you could learn about, but I'll wrap this up. So why is this album a must-listen for folk music enthusiasts, especially those interested in Hungarian and Romanian traditions? First, it's a vibrant representation of Szatmár and its history, offering listeners a genuine experience of its folk traditions. Second, the Tükrös band's dedication to authenticity and musicality shines through the album, making it a treasure for anyone who appreciates the beauty of folk music. Whether you're a seasoned folk music lover or just curious about these rich traditions, Szatmári Népzene is a captivating listen that invites you to dance, celebrate, and connect with the cultural roots. You can find a physical copy of this album anywhere online, especially Amazon.com, as well as a digital copy on Spotify and Apple Music. Give it a listen and enjoy the time travel. Thank you for joining me today as we explored this album by the Tükrös band. In the future, I'll upload videos covering other albums they've produced. The band has done a tremendous job at contributing to the preservation of traditional music from this part of the world, and I believe that their work is a treasure to hold on to. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. As always, love your family, don't take today for granted, and I'll see you next time.
Ősz az idő, Szent Mihálynak közeledik. A juhászok a juhokat számba veszik. Hey, előmegy az őrője, rajta egy pár csengője, hajtja, hajtja hazafele. Hajtja, hajtja, hajtogatja hazafele. A Hortobágyi, Kondorosi csárda fele. Még a kocsmába behajtja, kocsmárosnak eladja, felesége, hogy síratja. Hey, gyere haza, késő van már, drága kincsem. Egyetlen egy cifra szűrű, hites férjem. Hey, mert ha soká itt leszünk, sokat elköltögetünk, ingünk se lesz, mit felvegyünk. Hey, mert ha soká itt leszünk, sokat elköltögetünk, házunk se lesz,